Hello and welcome back to appianseekho. I hope you guys are doing good. In this video, I'll demonstrate how progress bars can help users track their progress when filling out long forms with multiple fields in Appian. And as we all know that forms with many fields can sometimes feel overwhelming for users, but with the help of a progress bar, you can show them how far they have come and how much more they have to go. So let's dive into the process. So let's imagine a form with multiple fields, such as an employee onboarding form. As users fill out this form, it can be easy for them to lose track of their progress. And without any indication of how much is left, users might get frustrated. So the solution to this problem is simple. Add a progress bar that shows users how far they have come and how much remains in the form. So let me show you how to set it up. Alright, so I'm in the designer view of my application, and to build an employee form, we need to create an interface. I'm calling it AS employee form and provide a description to have a common understanding of this object and hit create. Now let's add the progress bar component to our form. Simply drag the progress bar component from the component library into your form. This will be at the top of the form. Now I'll add a card layout which will make the form look more organized, and we will be adding the fields inside this card layout. Next, we'll use columns to arrange each field neatly. With the column layout, we can position fields side by side, and we can place fields such as first name, last name and full name in one row, and fields like email, department, role, date of birth in another. I am now switching to expression mode to tailor this. We first need to define a rule input of the record type. Okay, I'm giving it a name, employee, and I'm not going to create any record especially for this tutorial. I'm just going to use an existing record. Okay, so this rule input will represent an employee record and it will be used for holding the data. Now to calculate how many of these fields have been filled out by the user, I will need to define a local variable, and using if condition I'll check if the field is null. I am calling it local is field null, and now we'll check if the first name is null. If a bank is null or empty, ri employee, okay, record type employee dot fields dot first name. If the field is null, it returns 0, meaning it hasn't been filled. If the field is not null, it returns 1, meaning it has been filled. As I have done it for the first name, likewise I'll define this condition for the rest of the fields. I'll just copy it and paste it and change the field name. This is going to be for last name. Okay. And now this is going to be for the full name. Next, we are going to have a field for department. After that, it's going to be for DOB, date of birth. And last but not the least, it's role. Now that columns layout is in place, I'll start placing components for first name, last name, full name inside this column layout. Okay, switching to design mode to drag and drop these components inside this column layout. Cool. So this text component is going to be for the first name. This is gonna be for last name. Next, this text component is going to be for full name. Okay, then we have department. We need another text component. Okay, done. And for DOB, we need a date field. So I'm just dragging the date component, and lastly we need a text component for the role. I am now switching back to expression mode to configure these components. Okay, so the first row will be for fields like first name, last name and full name, and the last row will be for the fields like department, DOB and role. Alright, I'll set the label to first name. And to store the entered text, we need to define the value and save into parameter for this text field. I am capturing this first name via this rule input employee and saving it to the employee record type. Now in the value parameter, we need to bind this text field to the first name of the record employee. If you don't define the value parameter for a text field, the text field will still function to save the entered value when using the save into parameter, but the value won't be visible in the text field. As you can see, I have commented this value parameter and it still saves whatever is entered in the text field to that rule input, right? But the entered text is not visible in this text field. So if you want the entered text to be visible and stored, you would typically define both the value and save into parameters. So basically with value, the text entered is both saved into the variable and visible in the field. And without value parameter, the text is saved but not visible in the text field. And as you can see, as soon as I uncommented the value parameter, the text is back in the text field, right? In the same manner, we will configure the rest of the fields. So this is gonna be for last name. I'll just change it to last name. Okay. This third one is gonna be for full name. Then comes department. And we need to set the label to department. Cool. Let me also set the label of above fields. This is gonna be for full name and that one is gonna be for last name. Then we have the state field for DOB, setting the label to DOB. And this is gonna be for role, okay? We are almost done. Now please take a look at the value of this localist field null variable, which is holding a list of integers, wherein the first item is holding the integer value as 1 and the rest are holding as 0. That's because the first field is not null, right? And we have this condition which checks if the field is null, then return 0, else return 1. So the first field is not null and that's why it's returning 1. Whereas the rest of the fields are null, for which it is returning 0, right? Now we'll move on to a progress bar field and get rid of the label because that's not really needed for this progress bar, and we'll set the style to thin because thick looks bit off here. Now we will calculate the percentage of fields completed. So here we will sum the values in the list to get the number of fields that have been filled out, okay? So this sum function will calculate the sum of all the numbers in the list, and then we will divide this by the total number of fields. So for this we will simply use length function, which will count the total number of fields, as this function returns the number of elements in an array. Multiply it with 100. So the progress is calculated as number of fields filled divided by the total number of fields into 100. This gives the percentage of the form that has been completed based on the number of fields filled. Cool? The percentage displayed on the progress bar reflects how much of the form has been completed. But I do not want to show it. It's completely up to you. In order to hide it, you can use a parameter called show percentage and you can set it to false, which will hide the percentage. Now I'll add a header to my form by putting all of this in a section layout, okay? And this progress bar and the card layout are going to be the contents of this section layout. And header is going to be onboarding. If you want to apply any color of your choice, you can do so by using this color parameter. I'll just set it to positive, which will change the color from blue to green. Alright, now let's put it in action and see how it works. And you will notice that as I begin to fill out the form, the progress bar will update in real time. This helps me visually track my progress. I am filling out the form. My first name is Appian, last name is Seekho, full name is appianseekho. With every field that is filled, the progress bar gradually fills up, giving the user an idea of how much work remains. And now the progress bar hits 100% as all fields are filled out, signaling that the form is complete. Now let's say you want the color to be red, if the progress bar is less than 100%, and if it is complete, if it is 100%, it should turn green. So we'll do that using an if condition, which is gonna check if the sum of local is field null is equal to the length of local is field null. If they both are equal to each other, then that means progress bar has reached 100%, and the color should turn green, right? If it is 100%, and if it is less than 100%, then it should be negative, that is red. This sum function will return the total number of fields where the field is not null, as we have this if condition which checks whether each field is filled or not. If it is filled, then return 1. If it is not filled, then return 0. I will test this out again and see how the color changes. Name is gonna be Appian, last name Seekho, full name Appian Seekho. Then we have department, DOB and role. See, the color changes based on the progress. Red if not complete, and it turns green as soon as it hits 100%. And that's it. If you have any question, feel free to drop it below in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers, bye bye.